In the previous video, I have installed Unreal 5 and created my first project using third-person template with starter pack content. After little play around with the project, I have found the default character has some limited inbuilt animation, such as moving forward, to right, to left, move back, and jump. The jump animation is weird, nobody jumps like that. There are some movement of the player character are yet to be built, such as walk, sprint, couch, climbing, and so on, which I might need in my game. As per the basics, any game should have 3 pillars to construct the game structure on the top of it: player, communications, and appealing. If you have not watched the previous video, please check the description below. The key success factor of my game is lying on main characters and NPC. Player will be playing the main character. If the main character's animation is that weird like jump, then definitely it will be a no-go. In that case, it is important to learn basic character animation at the beginning. Today, I will share my learning about how the basic character animations are done by changing some basic style of jump and other animations. I will also try to add a new animation like crouching. If you are new to this channel, please consider to give a like and subscribe. That makes a lot to me. So without any further ado, let's dive into each of them now. Every character has a basic skeleton structure, which is controlled by some joints. Each joint are related to its previous joint. The dimension of each joint are measured by XYZ plane, that means in 3D space. To visualize the skeleton, click on the character, then go to the properties and then look for the mesh. You can also search for the mesh in the character panel or traverse it from content, mannequin, character, and mesh. Double click to open the mesh. The mesh is open in A pose, and here you can see all the bones listed at the right. Each bone has the local rotation, which is based on XYZ rotation. If I go to the skeleton from here, I see how the bones are connected to each other. Normally, a human skeleton is constructed minimum of 17 different bones, that including the head. Here in the default mannequin, we have more than 17 bones, which includes the finger and the feet, hands, etc. Local location is respective to the previous structure, and it means the point is located from the previous point. Let's start from the root, which is 0, 0, 0, and the next joint is pelvis, which is 0, minus 1, 96. The root is flat surface. From there, pelvis is located vertically up 96 points to z-axis. This can be better viewed in the perspective mode from here. You can see the joint pelvis is not exactly centered from the root. The y-axis is different. Similarly, moving the character upwards changes the x-axis. You can see the pelvis local location is related to the root. Now, if we look at the spine, we will see spine's local location is relative to the pelvis. Now, let's look at the local rotation. Local rotation is the angle of the point in 3D space, which is local to that plane. Say I have a point in 3D space whose local location is 0, 0, 0, and I have another point just perpendicular to the previous point 96 cm above. So that point's local location would be 0, 0, 96, and the point's local rotation in its plane is 0, 0, 0. Now, if I rotate this point 20 degree clockwise on its y-axis or roll it on y-axis, then what will happen to the point's local location? It will not be changed, but what will happen to the local rotation? Here is it will be 0, 20, and 0. So it means local rotation is the angle of the point in its reference, where local location is the angle respective to the previous point's reference. This is the concept is applied to create skeleton structure. Let's have a look at it now. Here I'll try to change the mannequin's pose by changing the local rotation only, and this is the concept I will use to modify the jump animation. Let's assume my character will raise its hand when in the air. To make those changes, I will go to Content, Animation. Here all the different kind of animations are given. For jump, there are 3 different animations has been created: jump start, jump loop, and jump end. All these animations are stitched together in Blueprint. We'll explore more on blueprints in upcoming episodes. Now let's select jump loop to modify. Modifying the jump loop animation is quite easy. We just need to change the posture of the rig bones by local rotation. Once modification is completed, add the key and save. I am new to Unreal and still exploring all the features and how to. Looks like changing animation key doesn't apply in Unreal 5. However, in the older version of Unreal, there is a button called Apply next to the key button. After exploring a lot, the workaround I found is to export the animation and import it back. Now you can see my modification has been applied. Now I will add crouch animation. I am not an artist. Making such animation by clicking every bone structure and rotate it to a direction, for me it will take ages. No wonder why game making is so time consuming and involves lot of people. I'm sure in UE5 there are easier methods to create animation. I'm yet to explore and learn those. The easier way for me to do this is not to reinvent the wheel. That means download such animations or buy the pack from the marketplace. This will save time. For crouch, there is a nice tutorial given by UISCO in the YouTube. I learned some of the basics of crouching from him. Links are there in the description below. At first, import the animation file to the animation folder and associate the animation to the mannequin. Then create a blend space 1D animation, open it and associate the crouch idle animation at the beginning and crouch walk at the end. Now let's go to the third-person animation blueprint and select idle or run state. Here we will add the crouching blend space and follow the configuration. I have created a variable called isCrouching to control the animation. Now in the event graph of third-person blueprint, I set the isCrouching variable with the getMovement component function. Now time to introduce the control key to set the variable. For that I have chosen C key of the keyboard. By setting some camera lag and speed, I made the animation little smoother. Do not worry if you cannot follow this. I have already given the link in the description. You can go to the YouTube site and then you can follow the process and the steps. So, what I have learned today is animation clips are preset recording animation. Animations are created by modifying the local rotation of the bone in the rigid structure. Once the animation clips are created, Blueprint is the one which takes care of animation linking and playing on the input given by the player. For me, the biggest problem is to create unique animation for each character. Although all the animations can be purchased and use it in the game, but what if I do not find some animation which are required for my game? Hats up to the people who make such animation in the computer. Honestly, I do not want to go through the tedious process of creating animation. Therefore, I need to find out some easier way to create the animation. Let me research further how the big game industries are creating such animation. In the next episode, I'll come up with a solution to create animation easier. Till then, stay tuned, stay safe and take care. Thank you for watching.